Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Coffee with Casey. We take a look at market conditions, understand how the market works today. We're going to look at how interest rates drive inventory and how inventory drives prices. Very important. You can't time the market. What's going to determine when you sell or buy is birth, death, marriage, divorce. You got a new job here, or you lost your job and you got to sell. So life is going to decide when you buy and sell, right? But understanding the market is critical because there's tens of thousands of dollars at stake. At some levels, there are hundreds of thousands of dollars at stake. So we need to know what we're operating with here, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over today the simple formula, not simple, if simple, everybody would do it, but the formula, the way how interest rates drive inventory. And then we'll determine how inventory drives pricing. So first of all, you're taking a look at a chart. And this is going back to 2008. Now, as interest rates go down, people put their houses on the market, right? So historically, when interest rates drop, like in 2008, 2013, when they drop, then inventory comes out on the market, right? But when interest rates go up, as it did in 2017, 2021, 22, well, that's when inventory sank, right? And that's very important because that affects pricing. So you're looking at a chart right now that may look a little complicated. So let's break it down for you, okay? Let's go back to 2008, and you can see there that blue line is interest rates going down. Now look at the green line. As the blue line is going down, the green line is going up. This is very important that this is consistent, right? So now let's move to 2013. Interest rates were going down. Look at the inventory went up. I could tell you in 2015, I turned around and all of a sudden there was 52 homes on the market and only 2 under contract. That's how fast this can hit you. That's why it's important to watch the inventory and the interest rates. Let's look at 2017. Interest rates went up. Look at the inventory, down it goes. Look at what happened in 2021, 22. Interest rates went up dramatically. Inventory went down even more dramatically. Now, that did have a pandemic, but that just means it overdid it. The inventory was extremely low for the past 4 years. So you see the chart here that 21 to 24, they've never kind of gone up this fast. They've never gone down that low. Inventory has never dipped that low. So something's going to happen, right? So let's find out what is going to happen. This is take that inventory number and put pricing on it, right? So in 2009, inventory went up, prices went down. In 2014, inventory went up, prices went down. In 2016 and 17, inventory went down, prices went up. And then in 2020, inventory tanked, down it went, and look at the pricing. The pricing went from, $1 million house to $1.4 million, okay? So we have inventory went down farther than it normally would, and prices have gone up higher than they normally would. So where does it start? It starts with the interest rates. Right? So if we start with the interest rates, that's the problem. If they move too fast, then it's going to swing the inventory and swing the pricing. So here we go. They went up too fast. Inventory went into the tank and prices went high. So now the buyers found themselves with higher prices and higher interest rates, which really stunk, right? So now here we go. Sellers, where are we now? Well, let's just go back and take a look at that chart. Let's look at pricing and inventory. See how high those prices are? When that inventory starts going up, and it already has, you can see last year it was 687, now it's 743 and climbing. Stay tuned to Coffee with Casey because I'm watching that number every single week, right? We report every 2 weeks at the middle of the month and the end of the month, but I will tell you, as that number grows, you're going to start seeing as the inventory grows, you're going to start seeing prices get softer. All right. So what's my advice to sellers? We are at a huge peak right now. Time for sellers. If it's your option, now may be a time to consider selling, not holding. Because remember, as inventory goes up, those prices are going to come down. Now, it may sound contradictory to a buyer to say, hey, it's good to go out and be a buyer. And as I said, the market is not going to dictate when you buy. If you're in a house or you're in a townhouse or a condominium or a small house and you have 2 or 3 kids that you've had for the last 3 or 4 years, now you're starting to outgrow that house. You got a better job, you're making more money, you have more, you got to buy a house for your family, right? Well, for the last 4.5 years, you've been unable to buy that house because inventory has been very tight. You've had to sell your old house to buy a new house. So really, you may have put in 7 or 8 contracts, but you never got any of them because it was contingent on the sale of your home. Now, we have interest rates falling, and they're going to continue to fall. We have interest rates falling. We have inventory that's coming out on the market, and we have sellers. Some have made mistakes and overpriced. Sellers that will accept or consider a home sale contingency. So the buyers have an opportunity that now you can buy that house. Is it going to come down? Who knows whether it comes down a little or a lot, but eventually it all comes back. You buy a home to live in it for 20 years or 25. You're not buying a home. This is not a stock that you buy and sell. You need a home for your family. Your kids need to go to school. You have to have a nice, stable community for your kids, or you need a yard for a dog or whatever you want to do, right? So when do you sell? When you can. Right now, prices are really high, right? You can sell. Inventory is not that overdone yet, but it's coming. So sellers need to consider, maybe now's the time to sell. I had a seller today that said, I don't like that. I think I'm just going to wait. Well, if you wait, my concern is if you wait to sell and that inventory starts bubbling up, and it'll hit you before you know it. I'm telling you, in 2015, we never saw it coming. We never saw the bullet. And all of a sudden we turned around and we're competing with 50 other houses on the market. So, it is not the time for a seller to wait. If it's time to sell your house, right? Adjust to the market conditions. Let's get it in there. Now, I'm going to give a seminar with Donnie Samson, the CEO of Samson Properties, and we're going to talk about how you sell your house in the first 7 days, right? Understanding these market conditions, how you sell your house in the first 7 days. Why is that important? Very simple. If you sell your house the first 7 days, you make the rules. Where are we going to have settlement? Who's going to do the financing? What kind of financing are you going to do? We'll take only the best. I want to know about your agent. Is your agent good? Is your lender good? I'm not going to do a home inspection. You guys are going to bid on pricing. That is the control mechanisms you have when you sell in the first 7 days. After that, after 20, 30 days, whatever comes in, comes in. You want to do a home inspection? Fine. Not much you can do. You only have one contract. Now you're at the mercy of that buyer. If he wants $20,000 or $30,000, you're fighting like crazy to do that, right? So this is not what we're looking for. We're not looking for people to kick out because of a contingency for home inspections. We're not looking for a kick out of financing or anything like that. So that first 7 days is critical for us to make the rules, the sellers to make the rules, not the buyers. Conversely, maybe Dinah and I'll do another seminar on working with the buyer. I love it when they've been on for 30 days. They're soft as tissue paper. Sellers are just soft as wet tissue paper. So then you can come in, you can make the rules, you can set the price. We walk right in with our pricing models and go, I know you were asking for 1.4, but it's really only worth 125, or you were asking 900, it's really only worth 825, and I can prove that. So you walk in with a contract, contingent on the sale of something else, financing that you want, home inspection, and they've got no choice. You're the only thing they've seen in 30 days, right? So we dictate the rules after the home's been on the market for, let's say, 15 to 30 days. The buyer dictates the rules. In that first 7 days, seller sets the rules. That's why it's important. That's why Donnie and I will be doing a seminar. So you can look forward to that. But as far as markets are concerned, All you need to know, well, actually, all you really need to know is call me or call my team, and we'll handle it. You don't need to know any of this stuff. But for those of you that want to know, for you realtors, interest rates drive inventory. As rates go down, inventory goes up. When inventory goes up, prices go down. Right now, we've had inventory go down and prices went up dramatically. What's coming in the next couple of days, next couple of months, next couple of years? Stay tuned to Coffee with Casey, because I keep you up to date on this stuff every week on where the inventory is headed. Right now, inventory is real low, very low. Price is pretty high. Buyers have a lot of opportunities out there in the market, though. You've been listening to Coffee with Casey. My name is Casey Samson. You can reach me at 703-508-2535 or Casey@CaseySamson.com. I will tell you this. Within a week, we're going to put up something on our site about Christmas. We got a big Christmas special that's going on that everybody's going to get a good kick out of. If you're a client of ours, if you're working with our team, it is going to be a spectacular Christmas. I know it's only September, but that's how spectacular it is. When you start getting things ready in September, December is going to be a show. My name is Casey Samson, 703-508-2535. Call me if you need any help in real estate. Bye now.